Hello, my friends. Welcome to our read aloud time of our book, The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, our China rabbit, who thinks that he is by far the best rabbit that there is. Yesterday, we read about how Edward was kind of attacked twice, once by the neighbor's dog, and then the second time by the maid. Remember, she vacuumed him and vacuumed his pocket watch, and he got put on the shelf with the dolls, and he was just disturbed. And we ended the chapter by saying the ship was mentioned. So we're going to find out what that means today in chapter 3. Here we go. She is called the Queen Mary, said Abeline's father, and you and your mamma and I shall sail on her all the way to London. What about Pellegrina? Said Abeline. I will not go, said Pellegrina. I will stay. Remember Pellegrina's grandma. Edward, of course, was not listening. He found the talk around the dinner table excruciatingly dull. Dull means just not fun, full of nothing of excitement. In fact, he made a point of not listening if he could help it. But then Abeline did something unusual, something that forced him to pay attention. As the talk about the ship continued, Abeline reached for Edward and took him from his chair and stood him in her lap. And what about Edward? She said, her voice high and uncertain. Well, what about him, darling? Said her mother. Will Edward be sailing on the Queen Mary with us? Well, of course, if you wish, although you are getting a little old for such things as China rabbits. Oh, nonsense, said Abeline's father jovially. Who would protect Abeline if Edward was not there? From the vantage point of Abeline's lap, Edward could see the whole table spread out before him in a way that he could never when he was seated in his own chair. He looked up upon the glittering array of silverware and glasses and plates. He saw the amused and condescending looks of Abeline's parents. That means that they're kind of like looking down on him. And then he met Pellegrina's eyes. She was looking at him in a way a hawk, hanging lazily in the air, might study a mouse on the ground. Perhaps the rabbit fur on Edward's ears and tails and the whiskers on his nose had some dim memory of being hunted, for a shiver went through him. Yes, said Pellegrina without taking her eyes off Edward. Who would watch over Abeline if the rabbit was not there? That night, when Abeline asked, she did like she did every night if there would be a story, Pellegrina said, Tonight, lady, there will be a story. Abeline sat up in bed. I think that Edward needs to sit here with me, she said, so that he can hear the story too. I think that's the best, said Pellegrina. Yes, I think the rabbit must hear the story. Abeline picked Edward up, sat him next to her in bed, and arranged the covers around him. Then she said to Pellegrina, We are ready now. So, said Pellegrina, she coughed. And so the story begins with a princess. A beautiful princess? Abeline asked. Oh, a very beautiful princess. How beautiful? You must listen, said Pellegrina. It's all in the story. And that's it. We will hear the full story in chapter 4. There's Edward in the bed. So we will have to find out what the story is that Pellegrina is finally sharing in our next chapter. I will see you soon for that read aloud. Remember to be kind and have a great day.